Shouldn't we be doing the three things that the most successful people on the planet do every day? The answer is yes. So let's talk about it. Hello again, my friend. It's Todd Cetnar, your mental performance coach, and welcome back to the Three Pillars of Elite Results podcast, episode 9, Physiology. And today we're on step 3 of 4 in the 4 fundamentals of optimal living. Today's episode is going to be a little bit longer than normal, but we're going to talk about the acronym that we talked about on the previous episodes, EMMS. We talked about EAT, eating on the odds. We talked about MOVE, sweat before screens. But today we're going to focus on mindset, the 3 things to do first thing in the morning to accelerate your growth and to close the gap from where you are to where you want to be. The first thing that successful people do at the beginning of their day is journal. Now, there's a lot of different ways to journal, but one of the ways that late, great Kobe Bryant used is he did something called well, better, how. This is a post-performance analysis. After every game, he would sit in the locker room with a notepad or later on that night at home, and he'd write down, what did I do well in today's game? What could I have done better? And how can I do it better? This is a great way to get yourself to accelerate where you are and where you want to go. And then the next day, the things that Kobe wanted to do better, he'd work on that and he'd work on how to do it with his coaches, with his strength coach, with himself or his teammates. And so when you take a look at your life and your career, tomorrow morning when you get up, take a look at the rearview mirror for what you've done today. What did you do well? What could you have done better? And how will you do it better? That's number 1. The second thing to get your mindset right in the morning, listen, leaders are readers. And when you read and you gain knowledge, knowledge is power. But in today's day and age with everything going on out there, it's really, really hard to read a book from cover to cover, right? It's so hard to find the time, even though we'd probably like to. Brian Johnson, a friend of mine, created an app called Optimize. And in Optimize, there's something called Philosopher's Note. And if you just download the app in your app store on your phone, you can utilize some of the greatest books in history. And in 15 to 18 minutes per book, what Brian did was took all of the biggest ideas out of the book and plugged it in to 15 minutes a day. You can listen to it if you're driving in your car or working out. You can watch the video of Brian presenting, or you can read the print, right? So 15 minutes a day, knowledge is power, leaders are readers. I would absolutely encourage you to download the Optimize app by Brian Johnson and try to get in one book a day for 15 minutes. The last part of getting your mindset right in the morning is Success Hotline. Now, in 1992, Dr. Rob Gilbert from Montclair State University in New Jersey, he started a 3-minute motivational message. You would call the number, and in 3 minutes, he would give you a great story of inspiration, of setback and comeback. Just a way to kind of get your mind right in the morning and encourage people to have a great day. To this day, 30 years later, Dr. Gilbert has yet to miss a 3-minute motivational message in the morning. Every day it changes between 7:30 and 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. Now he's got a podcast out called The Success Hotline. You can go back and listen to all 11,000 plus messages over the last 30 years. But I encourage you to download The Success Hotline by Dr. Rob Gilbert. Start journaling, doing some well, better, how, and get Brian Johnson's Optimize. And if you do these 3 things in the morning, you will win the morning, you will have a successful day, and you will continue to bring value to yourself, serve others, and accelerate your growth as a person and as a leader. Today is up to you. Take inspired action on these 3 steps. Get your mind right in the morning, and don't count the days. Make the days count.